Don't be a difficult accent. Don't be a difficult accent. Phone calls in English can be terrifying. You can't see the person. You can't read their body language. They might have an accent you're not used to, and the connection isn't always great either. So in today's episode, we'll go through English phrases useful in phone conversations, the kind people really use in everyday situations. Good morning. What are your favorite hiding spots?
It's almost time for my appointment.
Can I walk there, or should I take a bus?
Hi everyone, and welcome to Just Saying.
Let's start with the simplest situation. Someone calls you. In most English-speaking countries, you can simply say, hello. You might also hear, hello, Monica speaking, or hi, this is Monica. Saying this on the phone is very common in work situations. Now imagine you're calling someone but someone else answers. You could say, hello, can I speak to Tom please? Or a little more casually, hi, is Tom there? If the person you want to speak to is not there, you might hear, I'm sorry, he's not available right now. Or more casually, he's not here at the moment. You might then be asked, would you like to leave a message? Here's a natural way to respond. Yes, please. Could you tell him Monica called? Could you ask him to call me back? You might also add what the call is about. It's about our meeting tomorrow. If you cannot understand what someone said on the phone, maybe the connection is bad, maybe they spoke very quickly, maybe you're not familiar with their accent, you could say, sorry, I didn't catch that. Sorry, could you repeat that? Another very natural phrase is, could you say that again, please? In fact, when the connection is bad, which happens quite a lot, it's also good to know what to say. For example, sorry, could you say that again? The reception is not very good here. Another very practical phone skill is asking someone to wait. Sometimes you might just need a moment to check something, or maybe someone interrupts you in the office. You can say, could you hold for a moment? Or just a moment, please. If you're checking something for the phone call, you can also say, let me check that for you quickly. Another skill that may prove very useful during work phone calls is making sure you understood the other person correctly. You can say, so just to confirm, the training is at 3 p.m. in meeting room 5. And finally, a little culture tip. Don't be surprised if you notice that some people in the UK start their phone calls with sorry. For example, sorry, can I speak to John? Or sorry, is this the admissions office? In this situation, sorry doesn't mean anyone did anything wrong. It's simply a polite way to start a conversation, and British people use sorry for politeness all the time. To finish a phone conversation politely, people usually signal the conversation is coming to an end. For example, you might say, thanks for calling. You might also hear, speak to you soon, or I'll talk to you later. Another very natural phrase on the phone is, I'll let you go. That doesn't mean you're forcing the other person to leave. It's just a polite way to say you don't want to keep them any longer. For example, I'll let you go now. Thanks for your help. In more professional or work situations, people might also say, have a good day, have a good afternoon, or take care. And finally, most phone calls end with bye, sometimes even twice or more. Bye bye bye. That's actually very typical in English phone conversations. Thanks for watching! If you learned something new today, please like this video and let me know in the comments. Subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this one every week, and follow me on social media for more tips on speaking fluent English. Bye! In English.